the Brady girls. We are the Brady girls. We know our manners. We spend
My single name was Sharon Brewer, and my birthday is 18/5/48. My grandparents on my father's side were born in Holland. My parents were from Poland. My parents lived in the East End of London. We lived with 4 different families in a house. Irish, Newcastle, you name it. There was 4 different families. We had 1 room each to live. And my sister and I shared a room, Rita and I shared a room. And my younger sister actually stayed in the room with my parents. There was no room. And actually we had a potty under the bed. That's a bit interesting, isn't it? Yeah. So, yeah, and my father was a market trader in materials, and he used to travel, no car, all the way to Aylesbury a few days a week. And my mother was at home bringing up the family, doing the cooking, etc. And we were very happy. We had nothing but very, very happy. My mother heard there was a youth club not far from the school, and she thought it would be good for me, which actually it was brilliant for me. I went at 5 years of age, and I can remember there was little activities, whether it's musical chairs, dressing up, making pom-poms, things like that. And we had Mrs. Green, who was a lovely lady, and she used to have lovely stories to tell, and we were all fascinated with that. So celebrations, obviously, of the Jewish holidays as well. And it was nice. It was lovely, actually. Good times. Because it's a change of scenery, because I haven't really, though I had school friends, I hadn't really mixed. And she thought maybe the activities would be good. And mixing, and it was. Vicky Isaacs was my play centre leader then, and Linda Wolfe. After that, I then went up to the junior, where Phyllis, my sister-in-law, was club leader. But after the juniors, I then went up to the senior part, which was great fun, because they had, I went abroad for the first time. We stayed in a hostel in Italy. And I've never been abroad, so that was quite lovely. They had Queen of the Clubs competition that the managers decided that me and my other friend should go in for this. And it was at the Lyceum in the Strand. And they bought a dress for me, so I was a lot slimmer then. A dress for me, etc. And yeah, that was really nice. Photography. There were discussion groups, netball, football, drama, fashion week. So much we had. And I think as you get older, you appreciate what you really had there. And I think today the children are missing out a lot, not having a youth club like that. It opens your eyes to different things, and especially discussion groups, because if you might be shy, you then come out your shell a little bit, and I think it's good, very good. I used to like netball because I'm sporty, but I used to love singing and dancing. We did Oklahoma, and I used to love concert party and drama. And I remember also, I'm going to mention this, about Sidney Palmer, who used to do the concert party at the club. Fantastic humour, fantastic personality. For concert party, we went to a place called Thornbury Hall. There was hairdressing as well. And it got me to be a hairdresser at the beginning of my career. After an activity, We used to go in the canteen and have a soft drink with some biscuits or whatever, socialise that way, and then go into the social dance in the hall. And again, you know, there was groups like Peppy and the New York Twisters that years ago was quite famous. There was a group called the Eagles, and they were good fun. Every other Sunday there was a dance. Going to Italy, when you've never been abroad before, is quite a novel thing. The beach and the pool. They got me drunk, and I never drink. I never drink, but they got me drunk on Vino Santo. Oh, I nearly drowned. I nearly drowned in Italy. I thought I'd be clever. I was after this young boy who was at Brady Club, and I thought I can do what he does. And yes, we went along the pier, and they all went under. I went under and didn't come up. And Yogi dived in and got me out and got me living again. So I've got a bit, I thank Yogi for that. We went to camp, my first ever, that was in Charmouth. Brilliant, put up tents, and we had one of the, Freddie Shaw, who was at the club, was a doctor. He was training to be a doctor then. And he asked if I'd be a nurse. So I did. I used to put plasters on children, you know. And yeah, that bit of responsibility there I had. So brilliant, absolutely brilliant. First of all, the countryside we've never really been in. So that was the first thing, to see how open and fresh it is. And yeah, and just generally the mucking in. We had ghost stories Friday night. We got to know one another first. We used to sit in a circle and introduce ourselves and how old we were, and, you know, our parents and what they did. And then later on there was drinks, sandwiches, but we also had a concert party down there. So the managers would dress up and we had the storytelling. It was good. It's been the making of all of us, I think. They used to take watches away. You wasn't allowed to wear a watch, no telephone. We all were allowed to ring parents home when we got there, just to say we've arrived safe. And that was another good thing, because you make your own entertainment. So we were walking, we went to Lunningstone Park. Brilliant times actually. And I remember walking to Skeet from Brady Club. Yes, I think it was 26 miles, something like that, from the Brady Club. Yeah, I was the first girl to get there. Also at Skeet, we used to help with the chores. Whether it was peeling spuds or sit outside the kitchen there, peeling spuds, and that was all, again, good fun. And washing and wiping up, we had our little duties to help the housekeepers. So whether it was ablutions or laying up table, clean, yeah, it was really nice. We mucked in together, and my memory wouldn't be the same now if we hadn't have experienced all that. I mean, when we first got to Skeet, we had to queue up the stairs. There was a bed linen cupboard, and we would put our sheets, we'd go up all singly, get our sheets and blanket in another cupboard, and make our bed. Yeah, but fun, great fun. The Beatles came in our life, hence that Beatles photo, and they wanted someone to sell programs, and they got us out, and we sold programs, and then met them after the show. The thrill of my life, really. That was lovely. They wanted to put it in the East London Advertiser, showing that obviously the Beatles, Brady Club, was at Hammersmith. And they picked a few of us out to have a photo taken with them. So that was really lovely. I think Yogi, I know David Dry was brilliant anyway, and Sandra, but Yogi to me was, it was a one-off. It was a one-off, and also meeting Miriam Moses actually at the club, and she did so much for many people. So yeah, many things. But opportunity is the word. It didn't matter that they all come from all different parts of London to help out the club, but what they did was incredible with all the club members. They made them feel special, even though we were in the East End. One of the directors of Brady was Frank Austin. He was a very lovely, charming man anyway. And they were doing, they had a scholarship for 3 children. And we went to Israel. But they had to prove, they had to write an essay on why they would like to go. Anyway, I was one of the children that got chosen. My friend Gillian, cartoon, and we went for 5 weeks. And in that time, we stayed in a kibbutz. So it was all organised from Rex House in London. So we stayed on a kibbutz. We went to the Negev, we went to Beersheba, Jerusalem, Tel Aviv. It gave us an insight to what Israel was like. We went to the Hebrew University, which I've never been to a university, but we went to a university. And you meet such different people from all walks of life. It was lovely. So, great experience. We went to Negev where there's waterfalls coming down. But I love the kibbutz more than anything, because the kibbutz, and the Dead Sea, we went to the Dead Sea. But we went to the Dead Sea after the kibbutz, which in the kibbutz you get a lot of bites because we're in tents. So when you go in the Dead Sea, it stung everywhere. So, but what an experience. I would never, ever had the opportunity to go to Israel. So, yeah, I thought, my parents couldn't believe it. And the people we went with were so nice, but you're meeting up with other people from all parts of England. I used to get up at 4 in the morning and pick the fruit, and then they had a swimming pool there, and you would have lunch there, and then you use the facilities of the shower in the actual building. But it's the tenting, it's the fun of the tent, even though you got bitten. Very honoured and privileged to have done that. Very lucky young lady then I was, I think. Yeah, youth clubs I think should be in all over England, because they change your life.
We are the Brady girls. We are the Brady girls. We know our manners. We spend our tanners. We are